Kyrie, was there anything about the way that they guarded you in the fourth quarter, or were you just more aggressive and kind of taking the mindset that you needed to put more of a stamp on the game?
I think you're right. Just being very aggressive down the stretch and having that resilient attitude to just go at them. You know, as you can see, me and Scotty were jawing back and forth a little bit, and that's going to be part of the game. That's the psychological aspect, and I'm never going to shy from that challenge. But we want to get the best shot possible down the stretch a few times. We had some empty possessions in the fourth quarter, but I think we set ourselves up to have that type of fourth quarter in the third quarter when we were playing very aggressive on the defensive end. And going into halftime, we came in with a good feel for the game, and we just knew we had to give the game a little bit more in terms of our physicality. And as we talked about going against the Pelicans, I think they hit us first, and then we got down in the hole in the first quarters. Dating back to our first preseason game, I think we were like 99 to 58. It was like minus 41. So our first quarters, we've been starting off very slow, and we don't want that to become a habit. So when we're in the game and we're playing defense, then I feel like we can stick to the game plan a little bit more and then find some opportunities to attack them. So.
Kyrie, Pascal Siakam had quite the game tonight. He had a triple-double, 37 points. What can you say about his offensive growth during his time in the league?
You watch social media, right, this summer. I think we saw as many spicy P clips and Rico Hines runs as we could possibly see. As a hooper watching at home, I definitely felt his presence this summer around Los Angeles, and I think other guys can say the same, that P was putting in a lot of work and is showing for itself, and he's going to continue to get better. And this team is a well-oiled machine. Pascal was 15 for 20. I think, this guy was off the charts, and triple-double is probably going to be happening most nights. I don't want to say he's going to average triple-double, but I think he has the capability of being a triple-double guy, of just how many pieces they have and how well they play through him. So it was good to go against him, but I'm glad we got the win tonight.
Kai, when you guys really got rolling, the crowd kind of came with you for a while, and then when it becomes a back and forth game down the stretch, how much did you kind of feel that energy from the stands?
Energy is great in Barclays. I think our fans can get a little antsy sometimes, very hypercritical of just what they're seeing out there in terms of us giving that championship effort, and when they're not seeing it, they're going to let us know. And I think we have our own ticker as a team as well of just wanting to build great habits, great championship habits, and just leave it all out there. Whatever that looks like for us, playing with a high IQ, of course, but just leaving it all out there and exhausting as much energy as you need to be there for your teammates.
Kai, you guys just all looked more comfortable out there, the ball movement and everything. You had an 18-1 run when you needed to do something. I mean, was this just trying to get past that first game and all being a little bit more familiar, or what was it?
Yeah, I was definitely happy that we got through opening night. I was emotionally drained. Just, I think other guys, I don't know if they'll admit it to you guys, but just the start of a season, getting everybody tickets, getting your nap in, get into the game arena early. I was out on the court, and it was 3 of us shooting on one basket. I didn't have my pants from my sister when I was getting ready for pregame. Like, it just little things on that night led up to kind of just us being pressured, me feeling antsy. And I think tonight we just knew we had to settle in, play hard, and just let the game come to us, and down the stretch, go win. That's really what it's about, go taking wins.
Kyrie, this really was a game of streaks. You had like a 17-0. They had a couple of 12-0s. Big part of the game was that foul. You were called for your 5th foul, and then you guys challenged it. Talk about how that might have changed things a little bit.
We have a lot of trust in our coaching staff, and they do a great job of watching film very quickly. I think it was a good call. I felt like I didn't foul. I got over the screen pretty fairly and honestly. But I think that could have gone a different way if I would have picked up my 5th with 7 minutes. I think it was 7:08 left on the clock or something like that. So it was a big play, big turning point, and we got to set up our offensive possession next. And then after that, I felt like we had control of the game.
How do you explain the streaks? I mean, so much on your way, so much the other way. How does that happen?
It happens by letting your guard down when you're going against teams. You let your guard down a little bit. You're expecting to get a stop almost every time. That's what I'm expecting. But we're in the NBA. These are the greatest players on earth. And You just got to be in better position, better body position, and don't let guys see easy looks. When a guy hits all net and there's only a small contest and there's a 6-0 run and it goes to a 9-0 run, then they get a free throw and an N1, that's the game right there. Some teams don't know how to respond. And you see in our league, some leads are not safe and some leads are. But for us, no lead is safe, whether we're the hunters or whether we're being the hunted. So I think it's just finding our mentality and make sure we're engaged in our identity as a team and just continue to fight for what we want, and that's to win ball games.
Kai, it felt like we saw some different stuff from Nick tonight in terms of putting the ball on the deck in open space. Have you been seeing that from him the last couple of months? Was this something you started to see coming a little bit, this development?
Yeah, that was Nick before he hit his growth spurt. He was a little point guard, running around with me, like guys like my size for a little bit, and then he hit this incredible growth spurt, and then he had to turn into a 4 or 5 man. So it's been an adjustment for him, I'm sure, coming out of college or going into college and now being in the NBA and playing as a starting 5. But I had simple advice for him tonight. I said, if we're not seeing you play like that as hard offensively and defensively, then we got to hold you accountable to that standard. And he knew it. And when he adds points like that on the board and he's pushing in transition and doing the little things like that, and he's just bringing that strength to the team to be able to take pressure off of us and go score, gives us a lot of comfortable space. So I'm happy he played well. We want him to keep it up. But now at this point, as a young player in the league, he has to show consistency. And we got to be right there with him.